CryptoBroSho.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2025 Acura Integra, $289 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on the new 2024 Acura ZDX, $299 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The Crypto Bro Show is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Alzagari and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Time to log into the blockchain and find out what's the latest in Bitcoin and crypto in our Crypto Bro Show.
Crypto Bro. This segment brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Take your home or business to the next level with RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Call Ray or Mike at 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their fantastic work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
CryptoBros.
Here's the crypto bro himself, Orlando Alzugari.
Yeah. Oh, man. We are knocking on the door of $100,000. As we told you over a year ago that by the end of this year, it's going to be by the end of November, it might be even today. We hit 98,100 and something. It was like 6 a.m. And I was following it last night, to like, I don't know, 1:30. And I said, I gotta get some sleep. And so I went to sleep. And then as you get older, you visit the bathroom more often. It's just one of those things. And in one of my visits at 6 a.m, I look and it's 98,100. And I'm like, wow, this is freaking amazing. And welcome aboard to the R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall Crypto Bro Show. And we appreciate all of you out there, as always, supporting us. Bitcoin price today, well, right now, what we're looking at is 97,200. And we could be breaking 100,000 today. I mean, we were at 98. This is nothing. And it's funny because literally a week ago, it went to like 91 or 92, I think it was. And then it dropped to like 88. And immediately I said to newbies out there, hey, 88,000, this is a dip for you right here. And we went to 98. Now it's 97, but it's 10,000 from where I said it this morning. So think about that. That's a nice chunk and a nice amount of profit for any type of investment. And in a week's time, oh, that's ridiculous. So it's ridiculous. I was telling people, look, ETH, take advantage. It's at 3, jumped up to 3,300 today. I think there's a little bit of a dip right now in ETH that it went back down a little bit. Let me see. Oh, I think ETH is at right. No, it went back up again to 3,300. It's at 33.19, and it was at 3,300. See, look, it was screwing around 30.97. Look right here, 30.38. That's just yesterday, 30.38. That's $300. That's, that's a nice little movement right there. So it's up, what, 7%? I mean, you can't beat that, man. Can't beat that. That's great returns right there, But, of course, it's all about Bitcoin right now. And Bitcoin's sitting there at 97,000. You look at the total market cap, and we are nearly at $3.2 trillion of market. This is an all-time high. It hit 3.22 at one point this morning. It went down a little bit, but that is an all-time high for the crypto market. The Bitcoin dominance, as you can see there, it's at 59%, 59.7. ETH is at 12.4. This will start to change. ETH will start to make a run eventually. But we tell you all the time, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are the things that have to be a part of your portfolio, and they have to be a part of your, the foundation of your crypto portfolio. And again, I'm going to tell you, if you think you're too late to Bitcoin, you're not too late to Bitcoin, because it's going to 10x from here. Okay? So if it's going to 10x from here, then I believe and again, as it says at the beginning in the disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Go seek help. Although I run into a lot of people that tell me, my financial advisor says to stay away from crypto. That's because your financial advisor is probably too old, too lazy, and doesn't find out about it when the entire world is moving over to crypto. because that's where our entire financial world is being built. It's the part that I've been explaining this for nearly 5 years now. Nearly 5 years I've been explaining what is coming up with crypto, what's coming up in Bitcoin, all of these things, dude. All of these things. And by the way, before I start talking about certain things, Ethereum, you're, again, not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I feel about this. You're not too late to Bitcoin. If you have a long view approach, you can make a lot of money because it's going to 10x from here. Okay? It'll go to 1 million. I know you didn't have, you had trouble believing it would go to 100,000. So you're going to have even more trouble believing it's going to go to 1 million because of its scarcity, because of the greed factor that's stepping in. Ethereum, I believe, is going to go to 10. It's at 3,300 right now. Solana, I believe it's going to go over $1,000 in this bull run. Could go to 2, and it's at 249. So if it goes to 1,000, you're looking at 4x. And if it goes above that, then you can start to build on that. There are a lot of coins that you're still not too late. Okay. Sui had a couple of had a shutdown today for a couple of hours. They had some issues. Chainlink, I believe, is going to go over $100 easily in this bull run. It's at $15. I loaded up when it was at $10 again. Okay. Polkadot, I think, will do a 10x from where it's at now. Near Protocol is a fantastic company to be a part of also. I think it'll go several X from here. I mean, you're not late. Hedera, I think, will go to $2, and it's at 12 cents. Okay. Again, not a financial advisor, but when Bitcoin was at 16,000, I wasn't wavering whatsoever in telling you it's going to go past 100,000. And here we are. Because at the beginning of the year, I told you it'd be 100,000 before the end of the year. Or by the end of the year. And it's going to do it with a month left over. In fact, we might be going to 115 now by the end of the year. We might be, by the inauguration, we might be at 125 now. Okay. So there's just so many great companies to invest in that you're not too late. Stacks is the layer 2 that's built on Bitcoin. That's where all the businesses that are going to be transacting Bitcoin are going to be working on Stacks. Stacks is at $1.92. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets to $15 to $20. Okay. I mean, it's just, I can go over so many, that are just really positive for you. Immutable X is at a discount right now at $1.38. I think this thing is going to go to $30. Okay. Immutable X has it's so much, its strength in gaming is just ridiculous. So it just, those of you that think you're late, you're not late. You're not late to Bitcoin. You're not late to Ethereum. You're not late to Solana. You're not late to several other coins that are out there, several other companies that you can invest in. Take advantage. Do your homework. Okay? Do your homework. Read up on it. Don't just watch videos of some YouTuber that's going crazy on one coin or something like that. Meme coins, I'm not the guy that's going to be talking a lot about meme coins because meme coins are complete gambles. They're not investments. I talk about investments. I look for things that have real world usage. And that's kind of the way I work it. I'd rather go after something that I know has real world usage and people will buy it, people will use it, people will transact with it, people need it. And that's why, I do those things. A Shanghai court, by the way, which is pretty cool. We got some good news from a Shanghai court. They have ruled that Bitcoin and crypto are property and owning them is legal. So, like that. And listen, China, there's been a lot of misinformation because, again, I, this is not about politics ever. Okay. I got to weave in politics because people choose sides, and either they're helping us in the crypto industry or they're hurting us in the crypto industry. And so, couple examples. China. Okay. The rich have been dealing in crypto forever. VeChain, terrific company, is a Chinese company. Okay. Works with the Chinese government. Now they moved their offices to Europe so they can have a different image and get away from that. So that's kind of, and the Chinese government allowed them. What the Chinese government is now doing, and by the way, China was leading in mining. And then they had this whole thing where they started banning and all that. What they were doing is stopping their citizens from getting ahead. But the rich and powerful in the country were always dealing in crypto and collecting Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff. But they were keeping their people down. Okay? Not to get political. But one party has been anti-crypto for years here, and those of us that have been in crypto, we know what party that is, and it's led by the old man that is leaving. And we have seen Cynthia Lummis and Patrick McHenry, I believe is the name of the gentleman, and Tom Emmer, all these Republicans that have been pro-Bitcoin for years now and fighting for it. But on the other side, they were keeping us down. Okay, and keeping it away from us and trying to stop us and tax unrealized gains and all. Can you imagine if you bought Bitcoin at 30,000 and it went to 90? So you have 60,000 of unrealized gains, and here comes the government wanting to tax something you haven't even sold. This is what we were dealing with. And so, that's what was going on in China. Somebody's trying to keep somebody else down. Another side is opening it up for other people, and that's what in the elections, people spoke with their wallets, and they said no. And the crypto community clearly did not back up Kamala because she never showed any real interest in being crypto friendly, whereas the other side has been completely crypto friendly. And then Trump finally got on board about 6 months ago because he was Mr. Dollar till then, but his sons and everybody else and the party somehow got to him. And obviously he's got his own crypto exchange and coin. So now he's going to make money from it. But the bottom line is you and I are trying to better our families. We're trying to pay bills. That's what I would like to do. I'd like for this bull run so I can pay a couple bills. And that way I'm less in debt in my life. That's what I'm trying to do. And what, they want to stop me from being less in debt? So now all the rules are coming forward to us as Americans. So this is what we're going to take advantage of. But sometimes people choose to go against you as human beings in your development. And this is bettering all of us. If you got in at 30 or at 50 or at 70, you're in major profits. So you deserve to enjoy your profits and take care of your family, don't you? Just like they do in China, in North Korea, in places where they want to limit you. Nigeria is doing the same thing to their people. That shit's got to stop, dude. And they were trying to do it to us here. And the other side, the other side ended up winning from the side that was anti-crypto the entire time. So that's what was going on. I used to laugh at people that used to tell me, well, no, China is anti-crypto. No, dude, China's not anti-crypto. They're just trying to keep it away from their people. because they control their people, like they do in Cuba, like they do in North Korea, like they do in Venezuela. And so that's in Nigeria. That's what they're trying to do, keep their people down and control them. And crypto is freedom. Bitcoin is freedom. You can walk around with hundreds, thousands, millions, billions in your mind. You don't need a lock. You don't need a key. You don't need a guard. You don't need to pay a bank to protect your money. You don't need to or pay them just to hold your money. Nothing. It's 12 words. That's it. Can't get to them. And then you can walk from country to country anywhere you want, and you have money right away, anywhere you want. That's where we're headed. And eventually people will catch on, you know, but it's such good news from Shanghai. Bitwise, by the way, kind of mentioned, we got to mention this too, because Bitwise is a big time player, and now they've stepped up. And this is something that we all need to understand what's going on here, because I've warned you guys with the Bitcoin ETFs what was coming, and here we are approaching 100,000. Well, Bitwise now has filed for a Solana ETF. Remember, I started the show by telling you you're not too late about Ethereum, you're not too late in Solana. And remember, we've mentioned this on the show. We're waiting for regulations. When the new president takes over and his people take over, regulations are coming. They're even going to, which is smart, hire a crypto czar, because that's kind of, it's a whole new world, and it doesn't really go with stocks and other things, and it needs to be managed completely different. And that's the problem with what's going on in Congress and in the Senate. We have too many people that are old and out of touch and don't understand crypto. I'm approaching 60 years old. I can't talk crypto with everybody my age. 98% of the people my age, I cannot talk crypto with, because they have no idea. They think it's a game. They think it's a scam. You know, I was listening the other day to a show, and two guys were like, I got Ethereum. Do you know what it is? No, I don't know what it is. So you're investing in something, you don't even know what it is. And so this is what we have going on. And so once regulations come in for crypto, which is coming in right away at the beginning of the year, you'll have it right away. Cynthia Lummis she's ready for all of this. The Solana ETFs and the Ethereum ETFs are going to explode. The reasons they haven't exploded, well, the Solana hasn't even taken off yet, but the Ethereum ETFs are going, and they have just kind of flatlined. But with the new administration coming in, the regulations will kick in, and that's all these people are waiting for. They're waiting for rules, laws in place. They've watched Gary Gensler for 4+ years, try to regulate through enforcement without any laws, without any rules. They don't want to be a part of that shit. So they don't want any lawsuits. They don't want any Wells reports. They don't want any of that shit. So they're waiting for regulations. And that's the only reason the Ethereum one hasn't gone, which is good for you because it's still at a great price right now. Solana, it's gone up, but it's still at a terrific price. If I'm telling you it's going to go to 1,000, maybe even 2,000 in this bull run. Once the ETFs get going, so Bitwise filed for a Solana ETF. Remember, VanEck and Canary Capital already filed for Solana ETFs. All these things are going to be approved. And when they do, and the regulations come into place, all that capital is going to come flowing in. So you're not too late. And I'm not a financial advisor. By the way, Genius Group, which is an AI company, just bought 14 million in Bitcoin for their reserves. I mean, it just continues. And if you don't see it, I just can't help you, to be quite honest. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. You can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. The Ethereum is on Venmo, because Cash App you can't. And you can use these QR codes also to make the donations, and we always appreciate it, keeping us afloat. And PayPal is the other way you can also make a donation to the show if you live outside of the country or inside of the country, whatever. Use the QR code, and you can send it in. Cynthia Lummis, the senator, and we've talked about her many times. And I want to get into a video she posted. They posted of her talking a little bit about what to do. Oop, wrong one. That's Jack. We'll get to Jack in a second. Let me get the Cynthia one, because I want to get to this, because I think this is important. This one is a doozy. And Cynthia is, again, I don't care about Republicans or Democrats. I only care about the people that benefit us. You know what I'm saying? So, if Ro Khanna on the Democrat side wants to talk crypto, and he's super positive crypto, and Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania is super positive about crypto, hey, come on board, man. Join us. You want to be anti-crypto? Get the hell out of my face. Basically, that's the way I look at it. So Cynthia Lummis is now saying, look, you mine 2 to 3% of the total of gold every year. You find 2 to 3% more of gold. So the total of gold has been growing every year. Whereas Bitcoin, there's only 21 million. It's over. It's finite. It's immutable. You can't do anymore. You can't fork it over. You can't do it. None of that shit that some of these people come up, none of that will happen. That's why all these rich and powerful people are gobbling up Bitcoin like Pac-Man. So Cynthia, she's the one that leads the whole thing about the Bitcoin reserve. She's the one that came up with the plan. She has it all in place. Trump and all these people are just riding her coattails, because she's the one that really knows. Her and Tom Emmer. There are some people in our government that truly understand the power of crypto and Bitcoin and how it can help everyone. Cynthia's looking for it to help the government and people at the same time. So I'm good with that. Okay. Now, because you can find, we have no idea how much more gold there is in this world. And Elon's in the process of trying to build spaceships that can take hundreds of people to colonize Mars. Okay. How do you know in Mars, there's not a shit ton of gold there? And then that devalues gold too, because you keep finding more gold. You get my drift? With Bitcoin, there's only 21 million, and it's over. And there's less than 1.6 million to be mined. So there's not a lot left. And there's less than 1.5 million right now in the exchanges. The supply shock that is coming, oh my God, this thing is going to soar. So here is the senator talking about selling their gold. Selling gold to buy Bitcoin. That's pretty freaking strong.
We got off the gold standard a long time ago. My question is how much you would spend tax dollars at a time when we're talking about trying to reduce costs. How much would you spend on Bitcoin as part of this reserve?
We wouldn't have to spend any new dollars. We have reserves at our 12 Federal Reserve banks, including gold certificates that could be converted to current fair market value. They're held at their 1970s value on the books, and then sell them into Bitcoin. That way, we wouldn't have to use any new dollars in order to establish this reserve. The United States already holds over 200,000 Bitcoin in the asset forfeiture funds. So that would be the initial source of Bitcoin. So no new money spent on this reserve.
I can go with that. That makes a lot of sense. And there's one asset is approaching 100,000. The other one's at a couple thousand after a century. You know what I'm saying? It's not like gold runs up to 100,000 ever. You can't. It won't happen. And you can't carry around gold, bro. We're not in the 1800s where you could give somebody a nugget and I can buy it to see if it's any good or something. What the hell is that? Money has failed. It's politicized. It's manipulated. It's reprinted over and over. Gold has very little usage outside of wearing chains and stuff like that. It just for trade purposes, it's not something we use anymore as money because it didn't work. That's why we got off of it. That's why you can't carry around your little bag of gold like you used to. You know what I'm saying? So this is where Cynthia is actually making a lot of sense. And why not do it that way? Why not do it that way? Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, and he's got a lot to brag about. And it's funny because they're on the brink of paying off the IMF. And look at their total profits right now from investing in Bitcoin, $305 million. And he just recently made a payment to the IMF. The IMF, the International Money Fund, which is kind of what overlooks the money all over the world, they're against Bitcoin because they want to keep you under control as a country. Just like countries keep people under control, how governments manipulate things to keep their people under control, which is what one party wanted to do with crypto with us and the other one hasn't. Well, Nayib Bukele, same thing. He's trying to get away from the IMF and the money that they owe him and all that stuff because they keep you controlled that way because you owe them money. He's freeing his country up from all that debt because of Bitcoin, because he buys one every day, because they're mining from the energy sources from their volcanoes. I mean, it's all over the place. It can help us in so many different ways, and we have to be smart about it. So I give Mr. Bukele a lot of credit here. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Jack Mallers is the CEO of Strike. Strike is a Bitcoin payment service all over the world, and you will be using it at one point or another, wherever it is that you're watching this show. Eventually, you will deal in Bitcoin. You will buy something, you will sell something, whatever, and you will use the Lightning Network. And Jack Mallers was on CNBC and talking a little bit about the way things are changing with Bitcoin and how it compares to history. But he had a very interesting spin on it, and I want you to listen to him, okay?
I think the unique positioning on the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, I think if this happens, this will be one of the most important economic announcements in U.S. history. I think it'd be on par with 1971 and Nixon. However, what I think is not being talked about enough is it's positive, Caroline. It's positive.
Because you'd have to go out there and buy in the market, but will that actually happen?
No, my meaning is this. In 1933, the U.S. had a really big economic announcement. What was it? We're taking all your gold. In 1971, the U.S. had a really big economic announcement. What was it? We're divorcing ourselves from the gold standard so we can print money. In 2008, the U.S. had a really big economic announcement. What was it? It was we're bailing out all the big banks that misbehaved. In 2025, if the U.S. has a really big economic announcement, what is it? It's we're pro-technology, we're pro-innovation. What principles and morals and ethical alignment does Bitcoin have? Equal rights, equal opportunity, an open network. These are American ideals, American values. This is an asset that was accessible to the people 15 years ago that the people own. Governments only own 2, 3, 4% of this asset. This asset is held by the people. It acts in the best interest of the public. It's pro-jobs, it's pro-energy, it's pro-industry, it's pro-growth. And does anyone else have a plan to get us out of debt? Are we going to start a lemonade stand out here in Times Square? No, how about the best performing asset in the history of mankind? We lean into it. We buy it. Coinbase is an American company. Strike's an American company. Kraken's an American company. Tether sells the US dollar. Let's support these businesses. Let's support this industry.
But the market cap is less than NVIDIA for the entire crypto ecosystem. When does that become bigger?
I think when people buy it, listen, I think that ego gets in the way of many people. People think they're late to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, right? I think that late according to who? Oh, because you're comparing yourself to Michael Saylor, you're comparing yourself to your college roommate, you're comparing yourself to your coworker. Over the last 15 years, the best thing you could have done is buy Bitcoin. And I think that's going to be true for the next 1,500 years. And so as a country, I think we have a choice. I think everyone else around the world is understanding we are pro-growth, pro-business, pro-Bitcoin as this new administration takes office. And we have to make a decision. I think the worst thing we can do is not own enough. And actually, to de-risk this, we should buy some and push these American ideals in technology and innovation and growth through the best performing asset and technology in mankind.
There you go. All made sense. And Jack's a really smart guy, a young guy that has made a ton of money and just has a vision. And he understands what's coming, like a lot of us that have been following this industry for a while. And we see what's going on with our real money and how it's being manipulated and how our last 4 presidents have printed $30 trillion. And that's where your real inflation comes from $30 trillion being thrown out into the street. And that devalues the money because there's more out there. It's not that your car is worth more, your home is worth more, that your watch is going up in value, or that or your stock is going up. No, it's that your money is being devalued in the process. And Jack is exactly right. The German government, they sold $2 billion of Bitcoin at $55,000. Right now, if they had it and sold it now, they would be making $2.35 billion more. That's doesn't make sense. This is why you've got to, hang on. This is Bitcoin that they confiscated at lower prices, and it would be worth 2.35 billion more right now. There was no reason to sell it. It was going to become an extra 8 billion for you by the end of 2025. Why would you do that? Use it as a reserve. And this is why the German government has been having all kinds of issues. And this is why the German people are in trouble. And if you live in Germany, you should be owning Bitcoin, because your economy, you think it's bad here. In Germany, it's 10 times worse. Okay. Here's a graph just to kind of show you what's going on in the world of Bitcoin. Just to, because I talk about this all the time. You're going to get a lot of grief with Bitcoin for a long period of time throughout the year. It's going to be, if you live in the days and the weeks, you're going to drive yourself crazy, because there's only a couple of weeks in the entire year that you're really going to have success. And these are the leaps and bounds you make. And here they are. There you are. Last 16 days, Bitcoin has moved $30,000 since the presidential election. 16 days since the presidential election, Bitcoin has moved $30,000. That's why for 6 months, oh my God, it's consolidating. Like some guy said to me yesterday on Twitter, he said, oh, I can't believe, man, we're pumping. I wish we could have, stayed down. And I said, dude, you had 6 months of consolidation where it hung out around $65,000 to $49,000. You had all kinds of 6 months. And you get frustrated and you sell or whatever, like a lot of people did. Remember, we talked about it. The people that own it less than 155 days, 6 months, like you're a newbie. You have no idea what Bitcoin is. And so you have to stay with it and keep buying the dips, because those sweet 16 days is the one you're going to miss. And then we'll have another consolidation period at one point. I think it's going to go into the low hundreds, like teens, 20. I think it's going to get to 112, 115, 120, 123, 126. And then I think we're going to have a little bit of a correction. Because then I think people will start, they'll take some profits and they'll sell. And that's where we'll get our 10, 15, maybe even a 20% correction. What do you do then? You buy. You buy, because if it went to 115, it's going to go back to 115 and more. If it went to 125, it's going to go to 125 and more. Just like when it went to 67 and dropped to 16. God, that was like the sign of all signs. We'll be back passing 67. You just go ahead and buy 16 and 18 and 25 and 30 and 35. And don't you worry about it. And if you did, you're now in such profits. It's ridiculous. There isn't a person. Everyone is in profit in Bitcoin. Do you understand that now? Everyone is in profit. Everyone. That's impressive. That's impressive. Mike Novogratz, who obviously runs his own investment firm, and what's it called? He is a big-time Bitcoin bull. He had some interesting stuff to say about Bitcoin. Personally, by the way, I can't stand the host that he's with. This idiot is as negative as it is to Bitcoin. He reminds me of the other woman, she has this beautiful jet black hair, and she's also constantly asking all kinds of negative shit about Bitcoin. And this wimp on top, I forgot his name now, but I every time I watch this guy, I want to grab him from the screen and punch his ass out, because people like that mislead the public. And because they don't invest, because they're afraid, because they're ignorant or whatever, they make you afraid, they make you ignorant. And then you're coming at me with Bitcoin is a scam, Bitcoin is this, Bitcoin's not real, and it's just, stupidity. But listen to this.
We're moving in that direction, right? Like, if you think about gold at what's gold, $16 trillion now? I haven't looked recently. Probably close to 16 trillion, right? That's 800,000 Bitcoin. And young people don't like gold. Bitcoin is their gold. Young people live in a digital world. And so as this money goes from baby boomers to younger people, there's a natural progression out of gold into Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin should catch gold in the next 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years. It's hard to make these predictions.
You mean the entire size of the market?
Yes. So that would be 800,000 Bitcoin. And so it's not going to get there overnight. But one of the things that was holding back, not just Bitcoin, but innovation in the whole crypto sector, was a really, really aggressive SEC and US government. And that's all going to change. And so I think don't underestimate, you got to give a shout out to the crypto community who has persevered, right? In small meetups. And then this is hitting 100,000 is going to be a big deal for that giant group of people that have spent a long time.
There we go. I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Anyway, thank you for the Bitcoin donation, Steve. Steve, I appreciate you on Venmo. Thank you. I didn't mention it. Thanks for sending it back. There you go. Enjoy the rally. Thank you. Hateful Steve today sent me $200. He goes, hey, it's a mistake. So I sent it back to him. By the way, this has happened 4 times. 4 times. People have send me money like they didn't mean to send me money because, you know, they I guess they got me on their thing and they, you know, donated in the past. This is the 4th time. So, Hateful Steve, it's his first, but it's the 4th time that it's happened to me. Ocala Joe, thank you for the donation on Cash App. Oh, here's a little H-bar money for your bag. Thank you, sir. You know I'm an H-bar guy. You're an H-bar guy. Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you all. Let me see what we got here on the chat board real quick. Juan Mendoza's loving the Bitcoin run. We'll be back at 3, by the way. John Padilla is in the house. Joey R., I'm finally in the position to put something into crypto. Good luck for you, sir. Good luck. Do your homework. I want my dad to buy Bitcoin, but he's so upset that he didn't buy it 60K like me, but I keep telling him it's going to go explode past 90K, pero mi padre es necio? What does that mean? Or is he hard-headed or something? Anyway, tell him it's going to $1 million, bro. You're going to 10X from here. That's pretty good. Over the next 5 years, you'll 10X. It's pretty good. You know, just to have patience. I am having a great day, Jake from Pallet Town. Bitcoin's kicking ass, bro. Crypto's kicking ass. Ethereum pumped today. That was good, man. Alcovision, Juan Mendoza. Taxing unrealized gains is the most unconstitutional thing I've ever heard of. It's disgusting, bro. Disgusting. Fresco says, my friend invested on Bitcoin around 60K, and now here he's a strong Bitcoin believer. Well, I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know how you can't be. Think Crow could get back to $1? I don't think Crow was ever $1. Was it ever $1? I lost hope on Crow, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Crow guy early on. But then when they changed all the rules and took away everything and all the staking stuff changed and everything, I didn't like how they did all that and changed everything. And so I'm not a Crow guy, but that doesn't mean it's not going to pump. So good luck to you. Jay Slim, One-Eyed Jack, just got some SOL and staked it at 6%. Hopefully I didn't buy it too late. No, you didn't. Plus, if you're staking it at 6%, you're getting every 2 days. So that's lowering your overall price as you stake. You understand? So that helps. And if you have a dip, what do, young man? You buy the dip and lower your overall price and stake more. And then it just keeps doubling. It keeps growing like a bunny rabbit. I'm telling you, or bunny rabbits. Let's see, what else do we have? Joey R., Anthony Campos, Eric Nordstrom, Julian Heisten. I have all my assets on Coinbase. Don't do that. Get a Tangent wallet. I'm staking on Coinbase. If I purchase a Tangent wallet, can I transfer and stake? Well, they have staking for Solana. They don't stake for everything. You got to check. They only have stake. They're adding more and more, but right now they only have Solana and I believe maybe Cardano, I think they have staking for. So you can move them to your Tangent wallet and stake those there if you want. They haven't started Ethereum staking. So, but listen, instead of Coinbase, I'd rather you stake it on Exodus, because then that way you have a you have a custodial wallet there and you have your 12 words. But hey, you know, I just don't trust Coinbase. They shut down on runs and sometimes you can't get to your stuff, and I'm not a fan of that. Just not a fan of that. Let's see what else. Keep preaching the truth, though. Thank you, Ocala Joe. What else do we have? Big O, I want to put 10K in and buy the dip in Bitcoin. At what number or range do you think will go down? Joel, buy it right now. I don't play that game. Buy, if you want, put 5 now, and if it dips, then you buy. But if it goes up, you're going to have to buy again and buy it more expensive. I think it's just going to go up. I think we're in a super cycle, to be quite honest. But yeah, are you going to have some dips? I just don't know when it's going to happen. Have some money on the side and be ready to buy. But if you don't buy now and it keeps going up, then you keep missing out on buying it at the lower price. I just told you, I just started the show by telling you a week ago when it was 88,000 from 92 to 88, I said, here's a mini dip for you newbies. And anybody that bought it at 88, and then it went to 98 this morning, they're loving me. And you will too, sir. If you buy it at 97, when it's at 107 and 117 and 137, and when it's at 250 and $450,000, who gives a shit if you bought it at 97 or 91 or 85? You understand what I'm saying? It's going to 450,000. It's going to 700,000. Are we going to get in a pissing contest with our friends? Well, I bought it at 91. Well, I beat you. I got it at 87. You're all making money, bro. Relax. Buy, Joel. Don't around. We had a guy did that to me when it was like at 55 or 60. And I told them, buy right now. And there was a little bit of a dip. And then it took off again. And that guy that bought it at 55, when I told him, look where it's at now. Is he loving it? Yeah. Has he even sent in a donation from all the money that he's made? Probably not. George Alexander bought a little bit of Bitcoin this morning. Good for you, sir. Good for you. And then if there's a little dip, you buy it and lower your overall price. How do you feel about XLM? I'd rather invest in XRP than XLM. Stellar Lumens. But I think XLM will move. How much? Not exactly sure. I think XRP has kind of made more inroads. So I kind of feel that they've got the inside track a little bit. I gave SHIB the last time around, Bobby, and we made a bunch of money. It went 15x, and we sold. I don't have any meme coins right now. I will say this. I'll give SHIB this. They have a community, and they have an ecosystem, something that Doge does not even have an ecosystem. SHIB has created an ecosystem with Bone and all the other things that they have. They have ETFs. They're trying to build out DeFi and all that. They have no money in the DeFi yet, but they're trying to build out their blockchain. So I give them credit for building an ecosystem, but I have not seen the money in the ecosystem yet. So they're kind of being held up by the community right now, like most meme coins. Big O, I see that even Bitcoin ETFs are exploding along with the actual BTC, since they do seem to be a mirror of BTC in general. Yes, but you don't own it. So when you invest in it, you're making profits off of it, but you never keep the Bitcoin. They have the Bitcoin. So when you sell out, they sell the Bitcoin or keep it for themselves and give you the profits. So that's the only thing. I'd rather own the Bitcoin myself. That's what I would suggest to you and everybody else out there. Oh, I'm a little confused. What's the difference between Exodus and Tangem? Well, Tangem is simply online, and it's 12 words, whereas the Tangem wallet is controlled by a card. And when you order the Tangem wallet, I always tell you get the 3 cards, so you have 2 backups and you can stash them in other places. So you have your password, your face, and the card. And without that, you can't transfer or buy or anything in your Tangem wallet. So even if you lose your phone and somebody picks it up, they can't do anything with it. I had a friend of mine that his son, he was picking up some girl, and the girl got of his phone and like was messing around with it, and she ended up stealing money from his Coinbase account. If he had a Tangem wallet, she wouldn't be able to take a penny out, because if you try, it'll ask you for the card. And if you don't have the card, you won't be able to do it. And if you put your face recognition also, if it's not your face, it's not the card, and you don't have the password, you'll never get any money out of Tangent. So there you go. And you don't carry the card around with you. You stash it in a safe somewhere, you know. So that's what you do. You can send anything you want to your Tangent card from Coinbase, from crypto, from Binance. You don't need the card for that. It'll receive all you want. Now, if you want to take out or sell, you're going to need the ID, the card, you know. So, yes, huge difference. But that's just me. And it's only $69. So if you're protecting hundreds and thousands of, some of you out there may even have 1 million or 2 or 3 or whatever, God bless you. What's $70, right? For peace of mind? Yeah, I would suggest that. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Let's see. I agree and currently invest in both BTC and BTC ETFs. There you go. That doesn't hurt. It really doesn't hurt. All right, folks, we're out of here. I got to prepare for another show. We'll be at Hialeah Park. We'll be talking sports in the afternoon. But I figure we get in a Crypto Bro show. Keep stacking those sats. Get that Ethereum. Do your homework. Do your homework. Do your homework. And make sure you believe in it. And once you believe in it, then take advantage of any of the dips, because the dips are opportunities. Have a good one.
The Crypto Bro Show is brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. From complete makeovers for homes or condos to impact windows and doors to drywall with level 5 finish. Call Ray or Mike at RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their exceptional work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island. Crypto Bros. Follow Big O for more crypto insight on X or Twitter at Big O Show.